You're also obviously invested with Saudi Arabia, the Public Investment Fund. There's a lot of excitement around NEOM specifically, $500 billion to build a city that's going to span 3 different countries. But there are questions, of course, about execution and really about the pace at which the Vision 2030 is moving. How concerned are you that they'll be able to move as quickly as they'd like to when it comes to something like building a city in the desert? Because we've seen in the past something like King Abdullah Economic City, for example, has taken years to progress and it's still not right where it needs to be. How concerned are you? Is it the pace at which it's moving? Is it the execution?
Well, let me start. I'm not concerned. Why? Because I think, let's start with the vision. Does the vision make sense? I think the vision does make sense. I think if you're sitting in Saudi Arabia and if you look at the last 40 years from one perspective and you look at the next 40 to 50 years, which is how they are looking at it, it makes perfect sense. The avenues that they want to invest in, I think opening up the market, there's really, I think, an economic reform strategy that is underway in Saudi that I think makes perfect sense. Now, the speed of which, for me, at the end of the day, they will go at the speed that makes sense for Saudi Arabia. I care more about the trajectory and the direction and the vision. And in these 3 points, I think they're on the right track. They have the right vision, the trajectory is right, and the direction is right. Now, the speed at the end of the day is an execution point. And for us, we're taking the long-term view, and I believe there's going to be tremendous opportunities in Saudi Arabia.
What areas specifically are you hoping to see a return?
So I'll give an example. I think renewable energy. I think that's a very exciting space in Saudi Arabia. Why? There's a need. There's clearly a demand for power at an attractive cost, and renewable energy, specifically solar. I think that is a very attractive source of power today. I think Saudi Arabia has a huge demand, incredible, one of the largest, I think, demand stories, I would say, in the world today when it comes to power. And solar is becoming so efficient and so attractive from a cost-based perspective. You're looking at cost per kilowatt south of 2 cents a kilowatt. I mean, that's tremendous. And I think if you look at the cost base today that you have in Saudi Arabia for the existing utilities, there's no doubt that the opportunity is going to be there for large-scale solar power plants across Saudi Arabia. So that's one area, as an example, that I think is going to be extremely attractive for both Saudi Arabia and the investors coming in.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.